Simran of Naam burns our karma. The continuous practice of Simran results in Abhyasi getting detached to the worldly affairs and starts getting attracted to his inner self and ultimately gets attached to the Naam. The first step in the path of Surat Shabad Yoga is to have immense devotion towards the true Master. The devotion to the true Master means to love him unconditionally and selflessly, to trust and have faith in his every word, to dedicate your heart, mind, body, and soul to the seva directed by the true Master, to grasp and apply the teaching of the true Master in daily life, adapting a pure lifestyle and to live within the boundaries set by the true Master. Unless and until a seeker completely surrenders oneself to the true Master, the chances of his spiritual progress are very thin. Falling in love with your Guru is the very prerequisite and essential part of your devotion. A mind tends to concentrate for a longer period only on things that it loves. For example, you can watch a movie or sports easily for hours without blinking an eye or worrying about anything else because your mind is fond of it. Similarly, when you are in deep love with your Master, you are able to concentrate all your attention for hours on him. Falling in deep love with the Guru is the only key to open the doors for the darshan of the Supreme Lord. Whoever is in true and selfless love with the living Master is bound to receive his grace. The Master's grace and spiritual earning go hand in hand with each other. Without the grace, you won't be able to earn, and without attempting to earn, you will not be able to deserve the grace. In Sant Mat, love towards the Master acts as the foundation brick, and belief in him acts like the mortar. Only when both are present, the stairs of spiritual progress can be constructed. It's when the seeker develops a firm belief in every word spoken by the Master, liberation is possible. A single doubt over Master's teaching, action, or capabilities is enough to topple a seeker down and be trapped in this world forever, irrespective of his spiritual opulence. There are many instances in our history where the firm beliefs of the disciple led him to succeed and achieve beyond the capabilities of the Master. The darshan, sight, or to visually watch or glance of the Master is very important for a seeker. Since the Master is always immersed in the Shabad, his presence and sight radiate powers that are incredibly beneficial for the soul of the devotee. This radiation induces a sense of bliss in the soul, and the positivity it receives removes the various accumulated vices in mind. It burns down the seeker's deed, and the mind inherits new zeal to dedicate itself to Simran and Abhyas. Hence, the seeker should always be thirsty to catch a glimpse of his Master. It's the creation of this burning desire to watch and unite with the Master again and again that drives the soul to meet the Supreme Lord. A seeker who has no will or urge to meet the Master cannot perform Abhyas or Simran. One should meditate on the form of Master at the eye center while repeating the holy Naam. The visualization of the form of true Master at the eye center serves two main purposes. A. It provides a target to the seeker's mind, helping him to concentrate or pulling back his attention to the eye center from the continuous thoughts created by the restless mind. B. The human mind tends to imbibe the qualities of thoughts one sets his focus on. The true Master is always immersed in Shabad and has all the supreme qualities of a pure soul required for the reunion with the Lord. Hence, by constantly remembering him, the seeker starts gaining all the positive qualities of the Master. This meditation on physical form of the Master is required only in the initial phase of Abhyas. We see many a times in our lives that a baby uses a walker in order to learn walking, and once he starts walking by himself, he leaves the walker. Similarly, the form of true master acts as a support for concentration of the mind in the early days of abhyas. Once the seeker develops the habit of quickly concentrating his mind, as his soul starts to ascend to higher regions of mind after years of practice and labor, he too leaves behind this need of visualization on the form of true master. An abhyasi should sit for meditation in a comfortable posture and time after being relieved from all work duties and personal tensions around him. Sitting in meditation with a pre-engaged mind, either with work or home related issues, is equivalent to not sitting for abhyas at all. A thoughtless abhyas while contemplating on only master's form for even 2 minutes is better than sitting for hours with worldly issues in mind. A true abhyas is sitting for meditation only and only to dedicate time to your master and nothing else. Abhyas can be performed at any time comfortable, but the best and recommended time is the Brahm Muhurat, around 2 hours before the sunrise, as first, your body is fresh and recovers from previous day's tiredness after the sleep. Second, your mind is also less scattered and with fewer thoughts during the early hours of morning. Third, the entire surroundings, nature, people, animal, birds, and other noises are either in dormant or very low mode. This does not create any unnecessary disturbance in between. Fourth, the master himself is immersed in abhyas and attached to the form of Supreme Lord during this period. Hence, there is no better time to pick up his positive radiation and channelize it to control your mind and thought. Abhyas should not be done to hear a specific sound, or one shouldn't stress himself to listen to the Shabad or catch glimpses of experiences shared by the master during initiation. It's no miracle that any pre-imagination or notion of yours might materialize into your abhyas, and you might hear or see what you pre-intend to. I often repeat to devotees, practice, search, and gather your own experiences. Spiritual experiences are different for different people. Just chasing the experiences written in books or shared by master will not help you in your progress. Instead, you would be deceived by false imaginations of the mind. Sant Mat is the path of self-practice and self-observation. An abhyas should not be performed half-heartedly. Neither should it be done with the motive to finish off your pending daily chores. An abhyasi should love the process of bhakti and relish the time spent in abhyas as time spent with the beloved. An abhyas should also be desire-free. An abhyas done with the motive to gain something, or even with the desire to attain salvation, does not count under true bhakti of the Lord. One common mistake that seekers make is to treat the abhyas as a graduation course or work, which needs to be completed and to be done away with. They often start analyzing and expect results for the time dedicated in it, and come back complaining that they have been performing abhyas for many years and still are in the dark with no progress at all. One must understand that practicing abhyas should be an integral part of one's lifestyle and is a way of showing your love, devotion, and eagerness to merge with Lord. Why do you seek return on investment in love? Why do you solely chase the light and sound in your abhyas? These are available in abundant forms in this world. One should fall in love with the process and enjoy the spiritual journey rather than contemplating on reaching the final destination. Bhakti is a lifelong and selfless yearning for the Master. The previously performed deeds or karma form thick clouds like layers over the soul. Until every single one of these layers of karma is removed through abhyas, we continue to remain in the dark. Also, in every plane of the spiritual realm, there are certain number of deeds that are accumulated for the Abhyasi over various lifetimes. Unless and until all the deeds are burnt at that realm through bhajan, the soul stays there and does not elevate further upwards to higher spiritual realms. Hence, one should learn to give their best effort in Abhyas and stay contented in the will and grace spared by the Lord. An Abhyasi needs to work hard initially to raise his soul upwards up to few planes only. The soul then meets the Shabad Guru, the sound, which helps the soul climb naturally and rise slowly upwards. The journey of the soul is similar to the upward climbing of a spider, from bottom tip of the web cord to its web nest on top of the ceiling. The Supreme Lord dwells in the topmost Radhaswami realm compared to the web nest, and from this topmost realm, the fine cord of Shabad originates, flowing downwards into lower realms. The uplifting and attaching of our soul to the Shabad cord is not a day's job and require persistent abhyas for years or even a lifetime in some cases. Hence, only the one who is ready to dedicate and sacrifice his mind, body, money and soul can tread the path of Sant Mat.